So Tane wants to know, how do I ask my supervisor for help without sounding like I have no idea what I'm doing? And I will say that this is such a true feeling for every single one of us in academia. When you're talking with your supervisor, it can feel like you're trying to convince them you know something you don't. Matthew, any advice for sneaking it past our supervisors?
First, I would say, to your point, that never really goes away. Oh, I mean, my doctorate, I earned my doctorate well over a decade ago, and I still pretty regularly feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. And I think that's part of being a scholar. I think that the more you know what you don't know. And so you feel inadequate over time. Part of this process, I think, is figuring out how to live with that really persistent discomfort and how to recognize and reprogram your brain that it's okay to feel that way, and we're going to push past that. So how do we work with our advisor in that space? Kind of two camps here. On one side, we have advisors who are super into being advisors, right? And if you've got one of those advisors, they're following up with you, they're empathetic, they're asking good questions, they're responding in a timely manner, they smile when they get on the Zoom call, then tell them, just tell them, I do not think I know what's going on. Can you help me navigate this? Those advisors who are super into being advisors, they are ready for that. They want you to be open and honest with them. If you are advising and that is kind of how you're approaching the work, you really can't advise well if your student is not being transparent with you, because there's a whole sort of metacognitive process that your advisor is using as well, right? So if you're in that camp with a really supported, empathetic, hands-on advisor, we're just going to be honest and transparent with that person. I think that's the best way to go. Unfortunately, some of us are in camp B where our advisor's not totally on board. Whether that is a personality conflict, whether that is a workload conflict. A lot of times advisors, they are also teaching 6 sections of courses. They're also required to do their own publications. There's a lot of other stuff, and maybe they don't really have time to be an advisor, but it's an expectation, so it's put on them. Maybe they're a new advisor and they don't really know how to do it yet. And so instead of being transparent, they're being distant. I see that a lot with clients. I had some difficulty with my advisor at first because he just really didn't like the project I was doing. There was nothing wrong with the project, but it didn't really jive with his sort of worldview. If you're in that camp, what I want you to focus on is, how can I ask a question in as direct a way as possible? Okay. So my question is not going to be paragraphs in an email. I want to boil my question, my follow up, my engagement down into very direct, here's what I need from you, and also making sure that I'm asking for what I need in return. So it's not just, hey, I'm stuck with this. It's, hey, I'm stuck with this. Can you provide a resource that will direct me? You need to give that person something to respond to. And, I see that a lot in my clients, even in their engagement with me. Hope that I'm empathetic and engaging with them. But occasionally I will get emails that I read and I'm like, I don't know what you want from me. And so because I'm in a coaching situation, on an advisor situation, I will reply and say, I don't know what you want from me. I need you to tell me more. And then they will, and then we get unstuck. But your advisor, especially if they're in that camp B where they're not, maybe they don't want to be an advisor, whatever it is, they're not super cooperative. You need to make sure that they know explicitly what you need from them. If it's a resource, if it's an answer to a question, if it's an interpretation of the handbook, if it's, when am I going to get this feedback from you, right? Can you give me a deadline so I can schedule next weekend and decide if I can do family stuff or am I doing dissertation stuff? You got to be very specific so that they can read your email, process it fast, and know how to respond.
I think that's such good advice. And as Matthew said, there are 2 camps. How can we figure out which camp we're in if we're still new to our relationship with our supervisor or advisor? Any tips or tricks that we can suss out whether we've got camp A or camp B?
Yeah, I find that we generally can get there pretty quick as you're engaging with your advisor. If they're responding fast, if their responses are very detailed, they're probably in camp A. If the responses are taking a long time, if they're really curt or short, you might be in camp B. I think it's also important to remember that advisor relationship can shift from one camp to
Mhm.
the other throughout the process, and that's not your fault. That advisors are people too. They have families, they
Yeah.
have commitments, they have jobs, they have bosses, they have other advisees. And so knowing that we used to get along and we're not getting along right now, that might not be a reflection of you or your work at all. And so
Mhm.
kind of giving a little leeway to our advisor there. I think for me, the number one sign is responsiveness. How fast are they getting back to you? How detailed are those responses? Are they answering the questions? Are they providing the resource? If they're not, you're going to know pretty quick, oh, I'm going to need to change
Mhm.
strategy here. I'm going to need to be more direct. I'm going to need to be more explicit in my requests. Do they schedule meetings, check in meetings with you? If they do
Mhm.
pretty regularly, they're probably Camp A. If they don't, then they're probably Camp B. Do they show up to the meetings that they schedule? I have a lot of clients who end up
Mhm.
in that boat where maybe they're scheduled for the whole year. We're going to meet every Tuesday at 3 o'clock, but consistently that person is not showing up. That's a Camp B advisor. We're going to have to be a little bit more direct working with that person. And so it really is one of those sort of gut check things. How do you feel working with that person? How is your relationship evolving? Just as you evaluate any other relationship, professional
Mhm.
relationship in your life, right? And know that you might move from one camp to the other and it can be fluid and that's okay and that's not always your fault.